did you think when you saw your daughter on my channel?
First of all, when I saw my daughter on your channel.
Why did you have to end up running away? You say that your mom's husband was abusing you?
Yes.
Like sexual abuse?
Yes. I ended up leaving.
So did you tell your mom?
Man, yeah.
You shot your boyfriend, and that's why you ended up going to jail for almost 2 years. Okay. Why did you shoot your boyfriend?
She got caught shoplifting a week ago at Walmart on Gresham Road. I don't have a car. It was 12 o'clock at night. She's supposed to be in her sister's house. They took her and put her in defense custody.
NYOKI?
Yeah. I just feel like you should have believed your child. I believe like because of you, my whole life could have been different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you just, I don't know, you just didn't want to believe your child, would never not believe my child.
I'm scared that if you're giving up and if her dad's not the greatest and hasn't been able to do whatever, what does that leave her?
I don't know.
What's up, YouTube? Marcus the Interviewer here. Welcome to my new channel, Atlanta Street Dating, where I'll be picking out 2 random strangers and convincing them to go on a 5-minute speed date right here in public on the streets of Atlanta. Join me as we make Atlanta date again. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with the guys. This is actually an update. So this is NYOKI'S mom. Don't y'all see the resemblance? In case y'all don't remember NYOKI, this is her. So I just ran into you again.
Yeah.
I am beyond frustrated.
Why?
Why? Because you don't need to be out here.
Man, hey man.
No. So real quick, okay. So did your parents see the video?
Yeah.
Both of them?
No, just my mom.
Just your mom? What was her response? All right, and so as you see, you know, NYOKI'S video went viral, not just on YouTube, but TikTok and everywhere else. That wind kicking up, ain't it?
Yeah, it's getting on my nerves.
Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm fine.
So let's just jump right into it. What did you think when you saw your daughter on my channel?
First of all, when I saw my daughter on your channel, she was telling bold-faced lies. She's definitely not 15. She's only 13.
She was only 13?
Yeah, for the majority of the time, she did tell the truth about her situation. Like, we're not on drugs, we're not homeless. Her whole situation comes from me going to jail. She went to defects. I shot my boyfriend at the time. They stayed in defects.
Wait, what?
I shot my boyfriend.
So okay, let's stop. Pause right there. Okay. So okay, well no, let's let you finish. Then we're gonna go back to that. But
Okay.
go ahead.
So I shot my boyfriend. So my kids went to defects. I have 8 kids, but only 5 minors. They all went to defects for you might well say 2 years, 19 months, 2 years.
Okay.
Defects did not return the kids that I gave them. The kids that went to defects, they were never neglected. They were never beat. Just circumstance happened. I ended up going to jail. I beat 10 years in prison. So when I got out of jail, I got out like in February. I had my kids back in May. We were going from hotel to hotel, sleep, you know, different stuff. But a lot of stuff happened to my kids at defects. And so ever since
What type
then,
of stuff happened?
sexual assault. 2 of my kids closed down a foster home for abuse. You know, defects supposed to get them counseling and give me housing. As soon as defects gave me back the kids, that was it. They didn't give me no counseling,
no housing.
and no housing. And NYOKI'S not the only one that suffered because of that. Because now I got a daughter that's pregnant at 16.
Wow.
I have a son that's domestic, but I mean, they wasn't just never the same children.
Okay, so
They weren't the same kids. It is what it
just
is.
real quick, just to make sure, because you know, I saw NYOKI about 3 weeks ago or so.
I see her every
at
other
the
day.
park or whatever. And so that, you know, that's my little homie, right? Even though I had to check her about the lies she told on TikTok, but it was all good. Like that's
she told a lot of lies.
Yeah, listen, that's my little buddy. Just to be clear though, nothing happened to her, right?
No, nothing happens
Okay,
to her.
okay,
Nothing happens to her.
Okay.
It's just like snatching some children away from a parent who take care of them. That was traumatizing enough for them.
Of course.
Not her. Nothing happened to her.
Okay, so none of that stuff you were saying as far as okay.
her.
I just want to know if I had to go ride on somebody real quick. You feel me?
And so
that's my little buddy right there.
So update is she got caught shoplifting a week ago at Walmart on Gresham Road. I don't have a car. It was 12 o'clock at night. She's supposed to be in her sister's house. They took her and put her in defects custody.
NYOKI?
Yeah, they took her and put her in defects custody. Now she ran away.
She's in defects.
Oh, she's out. She jumped in the Uber and got the hell on. And she left. So I done seen her since then. She lives with her sisters. That's what she's been living with. But she left. So defects, yesterday I'm looking on Newsbreak and guess whose picture pops across as a missing teenager?
What?
In the city of Atlanta. Yeah.
On what channel?
What is it, Channel 11?
Okay. So let's back all this up, okay? Okay. You shot your boyfriend, and that's why you ended up going to jail for almost 2 years. Okay. Why did you shoot your boyfriend?
Domestic violence situation, domestic situation.
Okay, so he was being violent towards you? I'm just gonna ask, was you also being violent towards him?
No, I wasn't being violent towards
Well, I mean, you
him.
say it like that, but we
Yeah.
know that,
No,
you know, it goes
I'm
both
not,
ways
no.
a lot of times.
It
so.
was never that, no. He just was a very abusive person. It
Okay,
wasn't
so
me.
how long were y'all together for?
About 3 years.
About 3 years. When would you say the abuse was like right away, or did it start at a certain
I
point?
didn't find out like abuse, like he was people and stuff like that kind of. Like,
What?
Yes, I didn't know none of this at
Wait,
first.
hold on. He was R-wording people?
Yeah, he was like street people, like the people that you interview, street people and people like that.
How did you find that out?
Because people that I ran into would tell me that, but I wouldn't believe that. He didn't seem like that type of person to me. You know what I mean? And then one time he jumped on the lady, and the lady wouldn't say who did it. And she was from Africa. She had an African accent. I couldn't understand what her life was. Why would she be on Cascade? But when I seen the lady how bad she would beat up, one of my friends that's from over there who growed up with me, she would never tell me, the African lady. I didn't think it was him. I'm just asking because I'm trying to get her to her family.
Right.
And that's when his friend, they jumped on him for jumping on her. And that's how I found out.
How long did you stay with him after that?
I ain't staying no after that. After that, it was over.
It was over with?
I ran into him, because I was staying on Cascade. I ran into him a couple times. Like, my best friend lived like in Cascade, Cabana. And so I ran into him a couple times, and then like he broke in my friend's house. This is a bunch of bullshit. Set my stuff on fire, all kind of stuff. Went to
Well,
my
I'm trying to figure out how y'all got to the scene where...
Cause he tried to friend. Basically, he tried to friend. He tried to.
I'm gonna have to edit the R word out so we can say R word from
Okay,
now
yeah.
on.
So yeah. But after that, I was coming.
Wait, he tried to R word your friend?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What do you...
He was a scary dude to them. I never seen him like that. From where he born and raised over there, to him, okay, this is to make me not look dumb, but his nickname is Wicked. Come on, make it make sense.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so he was the boogeyman.
Yeah, he was
And-
the boogeyman, and even after that, girls was coming to me like, you know, they was smokers and like, yeah, he them. And I'm like, well, why y'all still cool with him? But I guess he did those people like that because he know they weren't gonna tell, or, well, you know, like they ain't gonna be tell. Or,
Right.
So
They
then
gonna-
after that day when he tried to friend,
you gotta say R word.
I mean, I'm sorry,
You gonna
R
kill me.
word.
It's gonna take hours to edit
Sorry,
this.
our word. I went in her house one day. He busted in her house. I came over to her house, and then I seen him, and I got her gun because the boyfriend had just passed, and I shot him and ended up shooting him in the butt. He ended up in a coma for 2 months. He had a colonoscopy on, and I stayed in jail for 19 months. And then even after I got out of jail, he saw me in the streets. He attacked me, choked me out, body slammed me. He only went to jail for 2 months, and they're supposed to let me know.
He did all that?
He done been in jail.
This was after you shot him?
This is after.
Okay.
So-
How old are you, by the way?
45.
45. And how old is this guy?
Wicked is 53, but he don't act 53.
How does
You know,
he act?
you know, he sag his pants and everything. Like he don't.
So he act like one of these young guys. Okay. That's a lot.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's
it's
a lot. Okay, so I guess that gives us a little more of a clearer picture about the type of, I guess, background and kind of maybe even environment, right, that NYOKI'S coming from. And so, okay, so again though, when you saw her on my channel,
I was pissed.
what did you think?
I was pissed. Okay, when I didn't have to see her on your channel. I've never had watched your channel before. I am very well known in Atlanta, so everybody was texting me, hitting me on my Instagram saying, "Look at NYOKI, look at NYOKI." I couldn't find it at first, but when I found it, I was like, you know, the first video, I wasn't as mad as the second video, but the first video pissed me off because of the comments. The comments and the things that people were sitting up there saying, I was sitting there like, y'all have no idea. Like, I just, you know, the things that people were saying pissed me off.
Yeah, people in the comments, you know, on my channel, man, you gotta have the thickest of skin, man, because they just say whatever, and they half time they don't be knowing nothing. So,
But that's what bothered me. And then I was like, why the hell would she be at Woodruff Park? That's not a park that a kid should be hanging out
I was
at.
about to say, and that was my point.
Yeah, she
That was my
never
point.
got brought down here with me. She
Listen.
never got brought to this park with me.
Listen, she was down there with
With
folks.
Josiah, I know.
You up on the game.
I
now.
know most of the people that be down here. I used to hang down here when I was 15, 16, but not at the park. Only at the underground, the CNN Center, stuff like that.
Right.
I ain't never been hanging there. I know what's going on at that park.
So, okay, so that being said, right, she said that she was 14 on the first video.
And 15
then she said it was
live.
15 on the second video. Okay, and I had told her, because it was just a few days after that, after the first video.
She shouldn't
And
have
I
been
told
down
her,
here.
like, hey, listen, I fully expected your mom to call me, cursing me
I
out,
told you
and
I didn't know
telling me to
nothing
take
about.
the
I
video
didn't know
down.
nothing about all this. I had some people that kept saying they know how to reach out to you and stuff like that, but then nobody wasn't reaching out to you.
Okay.
You know, like I'm not. Like I said, this part I don't really know too much about. But let me also tell y'all this. Nayoki has had mental issues. She's smart as hell, but she's had behavioral issues since she was 40 years old. I've been begging people to help her since she was 4. First it was she too young. Then it was she 10. Then Atlanta Public Schools does IEP. I mean, I done been, trust me, I done went to juvenile. I done tried to do unruly children. I'm originally from Louisiana. These systems and these juveniles, they're designing, even for Nayoki, grazing somebody with a gun and all that, she supposed to been locked up. That night when she just got caught and you put her in defense because I didn't have a right to come and get her, that's totally different. She should have went to jail. She should have went to jail.
Nayoki?
At 12, at 12 o'clock at night,
Wait.
what you doing at Walmart? Still
Yeah.
shoplifting. If it take a village, like y'all say, right?
So, okay, let's talk about that, right? I'm glad you're bringing all this up because I want to talk about this, right? Where's her dad?
He live in Oakland City, but she choose not to deal with him because he'll be her butt. You know, he whoop.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. All forms of punishment are on the table with me. And I have a daughter my daughters are pretty much the same age as Naoki. Okay? Pretty much the same age. My daughters are 13 and going on 15. Okay? And so, now, I don't really whoop them these days, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day,
I'm just telling you
back
why.
in the day, I
That's
would
why.
whoop him.
He just
But why does she have the option to not be around him? Why is that an option?
Oh, well,
That's her
because-
dad. Like, she shouldn't have the option. She's a child.
He not he ain't no best father in the world now.
Okay, so he's not like, well,
Yeah,
then
no, he
why
don't
did
take
you
child
have a baby with him?
Because back then he was getting money, he was younger, and then he got shot, he got shell shocked. You know, when you out in the streets and stuff happen to you, you get on drugs and stuff happen to you.
It's over with.
Your mentality is not.
You become a shell of who you was.
You are. That's like somebody going to jail for 20 years. They might get out and do the same thing, or they might get out and do something better. It is what it is. I mean,
I'm just so sick of this cycle. I'm so sick of, because here's the thing, right? I'm looking at you right now. I could tell, 25 years ago, he's 20 years old, he's a little, because you still look good, right?
She act like me, but never to that extreme.
Well, the point is that y'all young girls always choosing the same type of guys.
You right.
And then you end up having kids, and then the dad ain't in the life, and this and that. The reason why I say all that is because I really like Naoki. I think, like you say,
Everybody likes
listen,
Naoki. When
I
you
think
meet her
she
in
is
person-
such a smart, kind of just awesome little young lady, right? But like you say, she may have the behavioral stuff. I think that a guy like me, a dad like me, can curb all that. And I just wish that I could just dad everybody that needs it, man, because it really frustrates me to see somebody like her who has so much potential.
And can I say this? And this is when I didn't watch, but I mean, emotionally watch my hands with Naoki is when she refused to take the meds. When she took the meds and they had her being a better person than what she is, once she did that to me, it broke my heart. I cried. It was like, if you know it's helping you.
But okay, but some people are gonna say,
I know, but that's not her situation.
but okay, like meds, what did they just
They
make
was
you?
numbing her out. They was melting her out where she wasn't all. They wasn't like.
But that's her genius. It just needs to be
Yeah.
channeled in the right way. I believe we were made how we were made. And I don't think there's a pill or a this or that that's gonna quote unquote fix us. I think that the fix is in finding the lane, finding her lane, finding that
We
thing.
tried everything, dancing. Man, listen, I even took her to some black psychiatrists. They didn't even want to give her no meds. Some black strong sisters, and they did Zooms with her and told her go get your mom, put your mom on the phone. Her mouth and how she talk. I mean, you know.
that's where a strong man. That's where a strong man comes into play, because it ain't gonna be none of that. And see, that's what we lack in our community, because we have so many Naokis.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
And then we try to pump them full of pills and tell them this, and then wonder why they become drug addicts later on. They've already started the process of self-medicating, using medicine to change them. Okay, and that is not the right way.
I don't want her to change. I just don't want her to get hurt out here. She has a sense that she cannot. This is my biggest thing with her. I teach my kids.
How old is she right now?
14. I teach
I
my
swear
kids.
to God, like listen.
I teach my kids about sex trafficking. I teach my kids about sexual abuse. I teach my kids about all that. NYOKI in her mind believe 99%
that she can beat people up.
She can beat people
like,
up.
When I asked her about it, she did the little fight.
That's not gonna happen. That's not the real
like,
realistic.
little girl, you 100 pounds.
That's not realistic. But she
Somebody
believes
gonna knock
that.
you out and put you over their shoulder.
And put her in the truck and take her to Mexico. She
that's
doesn't
it.
get the. That's why she don't get the. She don't grasp that. She's not grasping it. She think it's not a real thing. Now I send her videos just like a person send a person smoking cigarettes videos to make them stop. I send her videos.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I think that some of it is that as kids we're innocent and we don't have the perspective to quite see who our parents are until we get to a certain age, and then when that veil comes down and something like the traumatic thing happens where defect comes and takes us. So she might have just been in kid la la land for 10 years or whatever. And then that traumatic thing happened.
Yeah, because after before
now
that,
she
my
gets
kids
completely
were fine.
changed.
Before that,
Right.
my kids were excellent kids.
Hustle man, we
Excellent.
see you, my boy. Yes, sir.
Hey, friend, hi. My kids were excellent kids. I promise you to God. I didn't have no problem with them. I mean, like.
Well, part of it is that they're always going to be, when they're younger, they tend to be better behaving, and then when they hit that middle school
angry
age,
now, though.
when they hit that middle school age, everybody kind of changes, but. To have that traumatic situation happen where your mom's taken from you and then she has to go to jail, which means that there may be a certain amount of like disappointment that she has that she's not expressing, you know what I'm saying? That she may want to have more like a, more kind of conservative middle class.
But she tell me all the time she love me. It's not
well, of
just her.
course, it's a mixed bag. Like, two things can be true at the same time. Of course, a kid is gonna love their parent, but you just gotta think about it from a kid's perspective. Like, they may also want you to do better or want to not be associated with this or that third. Trust me, I have things that my kids are disappointed in me about even to this day. Okay,
Yeah.
so trust me, I know this for a fact,
Okay.
and I have to talk to them about it. I have to kind of massage the situation because they wouldn't talk to me about it if it was just them.
I tried all of that, but trust me, I am not a giving up person. I've given up. I mean, to the extent that, like I told you.
You send her on over to me. You send her on over to me.
She
like
called me, she called me,
I'm
she
gonna
called
get her
me.
in line because she gonna have two girls that's on the other side of either age she's at, and everybody's gonna have to act a certain way. And so when you get in certain environments and everything like that, you tend to adjust. So listen, I'm not saying it facetiously, but I'm saying it like, hey, listen, this is the type of deal that I would actually want to happen because I'm scared that. If you're giving up, and if her dad's not the greatest, and hasn't been able to do whatever, what does that leave her?
I don't know, man. That's the scary. That's the scary shit that's the shit that I have to. Me going through also traumatic stuff in life. That's the stuff that I have to keep out of my head.
What type of traumatic stuff have you been?
Child abuse, the same thing. The shooting thing, kidnapped, all kind of stuff that happened.
You been kidnapped?
Put in the trunk of a car. Like, I lived on the streets when I was 16. I was homeless.
How old were you when you got kidnapped?
Shit, like 17 in somebody's house. I knew them, though.
Whoa. Like, meaning that they took you out the house and put you in
No, I mean, like, they took me from a spot where we were at, put me in their trunk, took me to their house. They had a huge house, and they barricaded me in a room where their mama and nobody knew I was up there. And then one day his sister found me. Do you think his sister called the police? It be adults that be felling children, too.
How long was you there for?
Shit, like 3 weeks to a month, man. I don't even know how long.
Was you like being sex trafficked or something?
Nah, he just had me in the closet with these bungee cords. This shit.
Was he doing sex stuff to you or whatever?
No.
So what did he kidnap you
I
for?
don't know. I need to stop cussing. So. I don't know. He was just a guy that liked me from school. Because even when I was running away from school, on the street, I was sleeping on rocks and stuff.
Right.
I still was going to school.
Going to school, right.
And I didn't even got a job. Like, I still was, and people were nice enough to let me live with them because of my situation, being abused by my husband and stuff. But the longer I was out here, it was the church people, it was the people that wasn't doing that. So I know what adults will take advantage of a child.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this like I tell everybody else, and I thank God every day. LGBT people took me in and raised me and never asked me for nothing. You know what I mean? It was the preachers, the pastors, the couples. That took
They was all the ones that wanted some extra stuff.
Yeah, so I know.
They basically wanted like sexual stuff and stuff like that.
Yes.
So wait, why did you have to end up running away? You say that your mom's husband was abusing you?
Yes.
Like sexual abuse?
Yes. I ended up leaving.
So did you tell your mom?
Man, yes, my mom was on some BS. She was on some precious type shit. Like,
And this was in Louisiana?
yep, this was right before on the way here. when we was on the way here.
Wow. And
So that's why I hate Georgia too.
how long was that going on for in your house before you decided to leave?
It started when I was 11 and I left at 16.
It was going on for 5 years. I'm trying to figure out, how does that affect someone's psyche? Like, because what I'm trying to figure out is, I understand it, like one time if it happens and stuff like that.
It makes you angry. I mean,
When it's, well, real quick, I wanna ask this question, right? When it's ongoing like that, does your mind go to a place to where you just kind of accept it, where you just kind of like, you're just like, well, it's happening, and
No, I go numb.
Or-
Like you
or-
said, a numb feeling. It's a feeling of numbness.
so like every time, like how often would he do that to
Like
you?
every other day, wake me out of my bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, put his hand all around my mouth. And like every now, I have to get up just when he got my pills. I will wake up no matter what time I go to sleep. I'm just gonna wake up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Look how old I am now.
Wow.
I'm still gonna wake up, and I'm about to cry.
Have you had like any professional
I got
therapy?
counseling. I've been in therapy. I've been in groups. I've been all that.
And I guess
Everybody
it hasn't-
deals with it different.
Has
Some
it-
people cope with it. It's based how you cope. I'm not coping with it.
So would you say that the therapy has largely not really worked?
No, cause like the medication just make me happy, and the sleeping pills just make me sleep. The
Wow.
therapy really don't. And that's another thing.
So like talking it through and stuff like that doesn't really help?
When you don't have a lot of money, I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. When you don't have the best money, you don't get the best health care. Let's just cut the shit.
Man, listen.
Let's just go on and speed it up.
I'm about to say.
When you go into the free therapy
you get them janky
with the
therapists.
cookies and the thing, then you not.
You getting that group therapy.
I had one great
and this and
therapist.
that.
Yeah, you going to the.
Listen, it's so hard to find a good therapist. Honestly,
I know.
I've been through 5 different
trying
therapists
to
myself.
say that. I believe in therapy.
And
Don't get it wrong now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I believe in therapy.
I believe in being able to talk stuff out and kind of
when
reaching.
you in a when you in a certain level and you low income, they give you what they give you, even with regular
I'm
medical.
gonna tell you, I had pretty good insurance and was still getting fairly,
Barely, sounds bad.
mid therapy.
But I believe in therapy.
Yeah.
I've been a psychologist. I've been in therapy. It just affects you, like your moods. It just affects your aspect of life.
Because I'm like, man, like, so from 11 to 16, at what age did you tell your mom?
I didn't tell my mom. So this is what happened. I wrote my boyfriend a letter. At the time, I had a boyfriend. His parents shipped him off the job for. My abuser was really obsessed with me. So he would like go behind my back and tell my mama lies like to get me in trouble. Like I couldn't stand outside and be in a group of boys like that. It could be me, another girl. He used to do stuff like when I walked to the bus stop in the morning to go to school, he would drive his car behind me and walk to the bus. He would ride behind me.
In the car and while you're walking.
While I'm walking to the bus
Yeah.
stop, stuff like that. He always.
So he was obsessed with you. He was
He
like
always-
your
yeah.
in-house stalker almost.
Yeah, get me in trouble. So one day I wrote my boyfriend a letter because I had already told my boyfriend about it before he went to job corps. He the reason my boyfriend got sent to job corps. She read the letter and instead of her, while he's standing there, you basically annihilated me. She was on some like, I know you're not saying. I mean, he's standing right here. I'm still a kid. She's like, I know you're not saying that. I know he didn't do that. And what am I supposed to say? What was I supposed to say? Even when we got to here, I just got to tell y'all this. People want supposed to know what's going on because it's a lot.
Yeah.
When we first got here, my mom came here first, and she left us with his friend. I mean, her best friend, who wasn't even her best friend. On the way when he came and got us, he molested me there. But when we got here, back here, so when I got here, I couldn't wait to tell my mama. I could not wait, and the reason we came here is because my dad had got out of prison. He knew I was going to tell my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, when we got here, we stayed in Gwinnett. I could not wait to get to Atlanta to tell my mom what he did, right? And so, cause now my daddy out, so I don't even scared no more. So
Right.
I end up going there to the house, and I was trying to tell my mama, and he ended up beating me. So I took off running. First time in Atlanta. I took off running, and that's why I'm fuck with the police now. But I took off running. I ran. It's Gwinnett. So I ran to these Chinese people's house, and they was like, what's wrong? When I speak English, I talk just as good as NYOKI talk now. I talk real good.
Right.
The police came, when they took me back there, I told the police exactly what I just told you.
Right.
And they handed me over to him and my mom. And you know what he did? He put me, my mama, and my sister, and my brother out on the streets. When the police left, he started taking our stuff, and putting our stuff outside. So at that point, then I'm really like, we don't know nobody, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna let this be put out.
So did you ever tell your dad?
Since I've been older,
What was his response?
I mean, he was mad, but he wasn't around. Like, he brought us here to strip me from my family. I come from a good family, like pastors, preachers, and stuff. He really just, once my dad got out of prison, that's the reason we rushed here. My dad known around the city, so But then I found out 2 years ago he's not even my dad.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So it's an everyday struggle with me.
Wow.
So when you ask me,
So your mom is kind of like at the center of a lot of this
I don't
stuff.
deal with my mom. Me and my mom are I don't talk to her.
I mean, because she's at the center of a lot of this stuff.
And I have no relationship with my mom whatsoever.
She's the reason why that abuser was in your life. She's the reason why you thought your dad wasn't your dad.
And he was a good dad. So for me to find out that he wasn't, now I'm in a midlife crisis.
So, do you know who your biological dad is?
Well, he said that, he told me who he was, but he said he's dead. But he wasn't sending me no pictures. I was wondering why I never had baby pictures, just, like, on his side. Like, it's just a bunch of, you get traumatized. Like, she told me she lost my pictures on the Greyhound. So I don't even know what I look like as a baby. That's mentally, that messes with you. I could not even show you what I look like as an infant, from an infant to 5 years old.
When was the last time you talked to your mom?
It's probably been like 2 years ago she had a stroke, but that's only because she talks to my sister. She lives in Arizona now. That's the only reason I talk to her, through my sister.
I mean,
I don't care Merry Christmas. She's never been a grandmother to my children. Like, no. That's just
so listen, sometimes it's easy to talk to people when they're not right in front of you, right? You know, if she would have happened to come across this video, or if somebody would have showed it to her, whatever, and you just had any message for her, right? Just any feelings that you wanted to get out.
I
Go ahead and
just feel like
talk
you
to her.
should have believed your child. I believe, like, because of you, my whole life could have been different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you just, I don't know, you just didn't want to believe your child, would never not believe my child. It just made my life so hard. Like, even when I told you I can't sleep at night because of this whole situation. It's a messed up situation. And look how old I am. I still be waking up at 2 in the morning. I'm not going to say I don't forgive you, but I ain't going to lie. I just rather not deal with her because she don't never take accountability to this day. She never take accountability to this. Since I ever told her. Since we ever get to arguing or anything.
So she never validates any of your truths?
She never, ever.
Is her husband or whoever he was still living?
Yeah, he even tried to be my friend on Facebook.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was furious. I was pissed. He had a baby with a girl, my best friend from school. He used to pick her up from school. He got 2 kids with her older sister. They was messing around the whole time. Like, it's a lot. It's the book writing. Like my sisters be saying it all the time. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with. I just try to keep it in because I know how I make my mind feel. But I've been through a lot. So I can't imagine my child going through that. What I've been through that hurt me that she be out here.
Have you ever told her all these things?
Yes, I told her this. That's why I be so disappointed in her. She's so smart. She don't gotta be out here. Like,
if the guy that you was just talking about, if he would have happened to come across this video on YouTube, what do you think his thoughts, his reactions are gonna be?
man, I don't know, cause he molested his own children, his own boys and stuff. It's so much. You know, even one time I wanted to go shoot him in the head. Once I got older, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to go to his doorstep and shoot him in the head.
He lives here in Atlanta still?
He lives in, I think in Stone Mountain. I'm not sure.
East side with it?
But
Okay.
I sure wanted to shoot him.
You want to call out his first name or whatever?
Yeah, his name Huey Manning. I call his first and his last.
Okay.
He from Louisiana, my hometown.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I ran into his kid. I ran into his kid when I was in jail for shooting a dude. Guess who was sitting behind me? I cried. It was the most saddest moment of my life. Because he abused him too. I turned around. I hadn't seen his son in years.
Y'all used to live together, right?
Yeah, but we were kids.
Right.
We're grown now.
Right.
I turned around and seen him. I was like, we both just so messed up by this whole situation. We both in here facing serious charges. You know what I mean? Like, that was just a reality scare from like, and then I was like, dang, I feel so bad for not just for me, but for him. Like, we both, like, this affected not just my life and my kids' lives. It affected our kids' lives, other people's lives, the kids that he got molested of his own now.
How do you know that he's molesting his kids now?
He molested the kids that he left, that were my stepbrothers and sisters then. You see what I'm saying? Then after that, when he left,
they said that
he used to beat him, yeah.
Okay, so they said that he did that to him?
Yes,
Okay.
drop him over coffee tables and shit. Like, I seen this up with my own eyes. Like,
well, I get the physical violence, but they said that he used to
he
molest
didn't say
him as well?
sexual, but
Okay, but just physical violence. I get it. All right. Well, listen. What's your name? I don't want to call you NYOKI'S mom now that we done. What's your name, sweetie?
Camilla.
Camilla. Okay, I'm Marcus. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry. Well, listen. We really appreciate you taking the time, answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they can do that? Do you have social media,
Nope.
Cash App?
I don't have a Cash App. I don't have a Venmo. I do have a PayPal, and that's about it. But I don't know about hard. I don't.
You got IG or Facebook?
Yeah, I got Camilla Ross 11 my 8 first.
That's on Facebook.
Instagram.
Okay.
And my name Camilla Ross on Facebook.
You saying Camilla Ross?
RAWLS.
Ross. Okay. All right. Like I say, we really appreciate you, and definitely
problem.
wish you nothing but the best. All right.
All right.
You make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
All right.